Hi guys, and welcome back to the GTS Beginners Cup here in OFR. We have finally made it to the end of the season. We are in round 10 here at Laguna Seca in the USA. You've got Dr. Robot and Ash in the commentary box. How are you doing, Ash?
All good, all good. Looking forward to this.
Me too. Now, I am going to quickly bring up the standings on the screen just so everyone can see what is going on in this race. Now, you can see there, top of the championship, first place, it's OFR Smalley, 767. He's on 154 points, racing for Team Hamazaki in that Mercedes AMG. And then, in second place with 153 points, just 1 point behind, is Weird TV. It's going to come down to the wire today, and it's really going to finish. It's all going to be about who finishes ahead. There's only 10 drivers, so they're all getting points if they can finish. It's just down to who finishes ahead.
Yeah, indeed. And these two, Weird TV and Smalley, have been fighting all season long. And it's now a case of who just can finish ahead of who. It's effectively winner takes all.
It is. Now, just give me a second. I'm just going to check that we're live properly. And I'm just spectating Nils, who's out in front at the moment. Yeah, we are live. We're good to go. So, tell me about the track. Have you been practicing around here this week? Is it going to be a tricky one?
I've done limited runs so far, if truth be told. I think this is a very, very unknown quantity. These guys are going to be the first ones to give indications on lap times properly for the rest of the Group 3 runners. In terms of Group 2, I couldn't tell you anything in terms of lap times, so yeah, it's going to be a very, very intriguing race. This is a very, very challenging circuit, known for one corner alone, the corkscrew.
The corkscrew. This is this really quick downhill left-right turn, and they're going to come up to in about 15 seconds, I reckon. Best corner of the circuit of the season, sorry, or is it the worst?
It depends where you look at it. For me personally, it's a hell of a corner to try and get right. I always remember the circuit when champ cars used to race here properly in the 90s. In the corkscrews where Alex Zanardi made that move on Brian Herter in the mid 90s to win a race once there at that corner. So to me, the corkscrew is nothing short of iconic.
Mm-hmm. And also,
it just drops away so quickly.
Yeah, it does. Also in MotoGP, this is where Rossi made that amazing off-track move on Stoner, where he adopted the name Casey Mona, I believe. Yeah, it's an absolutely fantastic track, and I think we're going to see some absolutely great racing today. So, just going to quickly bring up the team standings as well, just so you guys can see. So, it's Team Hamazaki. Looks like they're going to be, well, it looks like they might have already actually clinched the team standings with 213 points in first place. It's Rain Racing. That's Weird TV's team with second place with 165. Ryan Paul Racing in third with 142, and Rodden Pollux Jr. in fourth with 135, tied with Orange Lion Racing Team for fourth place. Look at that. And then it's PP Racing in P6, and then 7 and 8 are teams I don't think race with them anymore.
No, teams haven't been in since the second or third race, I believe.
Fair enough. Now, Smalley's gone off the road. He is off, so he was on a hot lap, I believe, and he's had to abandon it just before the corkscrew there. Weird TV is still on a hot lap, so I'm going to stick with him, and I think it's Nils in front of him, so it looks like Nils might be the first one to set a hot lap for now. So Smalley, what has Smalley done? He's done a 121, and he's abandoned his second one. Weird TV's done a 121.8, and he's still on for a fast lap here, I think, but he has picked up a penalty and he's in the pits.
Yeah, I think the Nissan's going to be very, very hard on tyres around here. Strategy-wise, I couldn't tell you what any of these guys are planning. This is completely into the unknown for everybody, I think.
I think you're right. So, tell you what, let's just do a quick onboard race with Smalley, an onboard lap, sorry, with Smalley, just to see how he gets on around this track. So he's made it through turn one. When you're coming out of the pit lane, the car actually auto-drives for you all the way around that first corner. So you need to, be careful of that and make sure you gain control once it comes out. He's made his way around the second right-hander here. looks like he is pushing. He is still on the hot lap right now. He is pushing, so I don't think he's coming in this lap. Brakes at the 100-meter board just slightly before it. He turns in, nails the apex, and now he's driving uphill up to the next left-hander. It's a pretty simple circuit in terms of turns. I mean, most of them are just right angles, and most of them have got really similar braking points. It's usually around the 100 meters or 75 until you get to this tricky corner here. Now let's watch it in the cockpit cam. You can see how much of an elevation change there is. Big deacceleration, and he's just sliding that car around. It's like the rear of that Mercedes wants to just get loose.
Oh, you've got to brake at the right place on this track, otherwise the back end will get out. I think what he's trying to do here is dump as much of his fuel load as possible so he can have the lightest car possible to go right at the end of the session.
So he's going to cross the line and he's going to not improve. So he did a 136.9. And he's going to come into the pits now, surely, and change those tyres. Now, where's Weird TV? He's just coming across the line now, and that was his outlap, so Weird TV is starting his hot lap now, so we'll check on him in a few corners' time. D. Roberts, who joined us a bit late today, has managed to get out on track, which is nice to see, and he's just crossed the line too. His best is a 122.7 currently. A few more guys in the pits. Hazy, that's Ben in the Rodden Pollux Junior team, has just crossed the line now as well. His fastest is the 124, so he's a few seconds off the pace right now, but let's see if he can improve.
Yes, indeed. I'm just busy watching Weird TV's lap at the minute. He's a 10th blue first sector, and he's just having to fight his way past Danny, who's a newcomer for this race.
You'd almost think these guys were racing out there on track, wouldn't you?
They're almost jockeying for position straight. And position on this track, it's key because of how tight the track is.
Absolutely. Now, I apologise in advance, guys, for giving a lot of attention to both Weird TV and Smalley on the stream right now, but they are fighting to become the champion of the first Beginners Cup here in GTS, so I think it's deserved. But I will, of course, cycle through all the drivers throughout the race, but I just want to see what time Weird TV can do as he comes into the pits. He's back in the pit lane. That's interesting. Yeah,
that makes sense. That makes sense, and now he can be as fast as he can get for his final lap.
Nils, sorry, go on.
I was going to say Smalley's in, Hyder's in, and D. Roberts is in as well. So yeah, this makes sense now before the end of quali.
So just want to give a shout out to all the guys that have joined us on the stream to come and watch the finale here in OFR. We've got Jay Hartman who's joined us. Thanks. VR's here as well, our resident coder and driver in both GTS and Formula 1. And Luca Ney and Ashley Stevens has joined us too. So thanks for coming, guys. I'm mixing up my words today.
Yeah. Just in terms of lap times, because I was saying I wasn't sure what good lap times were. VR, you mentioned him there. He says he reckons 114's a good times in Group 2.
I was going to say, surely these guys that aren't that off pace, yeah. 114, that's going to be a really fun lap in those Group 2 cars. Just watching Dunk and D. Roberts that almost look like they're racing now as well. Dunk's kind of giving D. Roberts a bit of a tow here, and D. Roberts is catching up to the back of him. He's closing that gap, but I wonder if it's going to be a problem once they get to the corkscrew. Now, back up to the top two. Are they on their hot laps or still on the out laps? Smalley's on an out lap and Weird's on an out lap too. Smalley's going to be the first one to cross the line, so we'll stick with him. As we see Nils set a 121. That's promoted him up into third place, so he's jumped higher there. That's a pretty good lap from him.
Yeah, it is. And Nils, to be fair, Nils has also had a good season. He's still fighting for third in the Drivers' Championship, so he can't complain about his season neither. So hopefully he can have a good end of the season as well. But as a stand at the minute, in terms of qualifying, all three cars are the best three drivers so far in the championship for me.
Yep, Smalley 400th down on his fastest at the moment, so he's not improved in the first sector. Weird TV's just about to cross the first sector line. Let's see what he can do in his first sector. He's gone 4 tenths quicker. He's 4 tenths quicker, so a better start to the lap. Let's jump back to Smalley now. He's just coming up hill into the left-hander.
I'll keep an eye on Weird TV.
Smalley's gone a little bit wide there, but he's managed to avoid a penalty, taking as much exit curb as he possibly can. Here he comes up to the corkscrew. Let's see if he brakes a little bit later this time, because it was too early last time, I think. He's turned into the corner now, and we're about to see his Sector 2 time. As he comes through the corkscrew, he is 200th down again. He is not improved.
Weird TV now. He's now just heading through the corkscrew. Takes the lane beautifully there. And he's up by 6/10.
So Smalley's got to find
pull time.
Smalley's got to find a second in these final 3 corners. I don't think he's going to be able to do it, and he's going to come across the line now. He has improved by 0.3 of a second, so he's gone 0.3 quicker than Weird TV. Now let's see.
Weird TV's just got sideways coming out of the final corner.
I saw it. He had a little bit of tanks. Oh no! It's Hyder.
Wow.
Hyder's taken. Weird's jumped Smalley, but Hyder out of nowhere. Wow.
Watching the wrong guy.
Absolutely, and this is why I said I apologise in advance, because I knew I was going to miss something like that. Look at that. Look at that.
Yeah, and I was going to say at the start as well, with all the GTS titles being decided, this is the only one that really deserved a fitting last race finale, and this is so close. I'm not going to make a prediction because I get on with Weird and Smalley's my mate as well, so I don't want to call who's going to win this.
It's all going to be about the start.
Not guilty. I'm sorry. I'm 100% guilty of I'm sitting fully on the fence.
That's fine. That's fine. That's the best way to be as a commentator. Don't give it to either way. We know that Mercedes likes to jet away from the start. It's happened almost every race this season, and Weird TV's car just seems to get bogged down on the starts. Now, let's hope that can change, but they're going to be side by side into turn 1, I reckon.
It is a bit of a flaw with the Nissan. I found it off the line is just very, very slow.
Now, I can't see anyone still on a hot lap. Someone is in the pits. I think it's it's Dunk.
It's Fuller.
Doing his... He's having his cigarette break or something in the pit lane, isn't he? Trying to drag it out as much as possible.
Yeah, quite possibly.
So, whilst we're waiting for him, let's just quickly bring up the standings again, just so you guys can see. VR, if you're watching, notice that there's some cars missing. Around Smalley, 154 points, starts in 3rd. Weird TV, 153, starts in 2nd. And Hyder, with the missing car, 102 points, is going to be starting in 1st. With Nils, is Nils in 5th? Nils is in 4th. So Nils, who's P3 in the championship, is going to start in 4th.
Oh yeah, I don't know. This is going to be a good race, whichever way you look at.
I'm so excited. Yeah, I think this is going to be an absolute banger.
This is going to be a barnstormer of a race.
I'm just going to quickly flick through the calendar. Oh, there we go. We've got the results up now. And I'll tell you what, I won't flick through the calendar. Let's get straight into it and let's see what happens in this race. It is the finale, guys. It's race 10. We're in USA at Laguna Seca, and we've got a big fight for the championship on our hands. 22 laps.
Yep.
They're all going to count here. Let's see if Hyder can get away well, because he's in that Mercedes too. We're just waiting for these engines to start revving up here. Got a bit of an awkward camera angle. Let's see if we can see someone else. Just cycle through, we're right on board. I can't change camera. There we go, that's all 5 lights and we are away. Hyder gets a pretty decent start, and Smalley's already jumped Weird TV on the start. We knew that Mercedes could get away well. He is currently ahead of him, but Hyder is ahead of them both. Let's see if he can keep it. Oh, we can. It's close. There was 2 wide, almost 3 wide into the first corner for 3rd, 4th and 5th. D. Roberts has just overtaken Nils for 4th place, I believe. Nils is now down in 5th, and we've got a few more overtakes going on. Now, I still can't change camera, guys. Sorry about that, but I will just stick with Denava in the back and see if he's okay. He's fine. Back up to the front. It's still Smalley and Weird TV, almost wheel to wheel as they're going through the left-hander now. Let's see what they can do.
Yeah, I think it's very, very crucial early on that Smalley keeps ahead. And Weird TV as well doesn't make a stupid move at this stage. Just get settled in and then think about moving later on. Right now, he just needs to not take any chances just yet.
Absolutely. Now, Weird TV's got a little bit of a problem on his hands right now, because whilst he is trying to attack Smalley, he's got Nils, who's managing to stay right on his rear bumper, almost smelling his exhaust fumes there. He's going to be in trouble if Nils passes him.
He is, and he needs to really hold on. Smalley's closing right up to Hyder now for the lead.
Let's have a look. He is, in fact. Now I'm quickly just going to back out, guys, so I can rejoin and change some camera angles. I'm back in.
Hyder's run wide.
He has, and Smalley's looking like he's trying to get side by side with him. Is he going to be able to get him? Let's have a look. He's got the inside. It looks like Hyder's trying to squeeze and giving him enough space, but is he going to be able to outbrake in this side by side? No, he's not. Smalley's just stayed on that brake pedal a little bit longer, and he's playing it safe. That was a clever thing to do because he does not want a collision at turn 1.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. He didn't want to get involved in any contacts with Hyder. That was crucial that he didn't. And now Weird TV's looking all over the back of Smalley here.
He is. Here they come up to the left-hander.
Oh no, he's run wide. Smalley's run wide.
And now Nils has got him too, so that's jumped Weird TV up into second place. He's currently getting 18 points, while Smalley is only going to get 12, and that's going to give Weird the championship if they finish like this, but there's a long way to go. 20 laps left.
Yeah. Smalley just needs to settle down, just make sure that he doesn't clip any of those curbs on the inside, which is what drove him wide. He just needs to make sure that he doesn't hit any of those sausage curbs, otherwise he is going and building sandcastles.
Yeah, one of the tracks, I can only think of one worse track when it comes to going off and losing so much time, and I think that's Willow Springs. But yeah,
yes.
You will lose a lot of time if you go off here.
Willow Springs, if you go off, you're just looking for cactus.
Exactly. It's just a desert out there. Now, Duncan crosses the line, so I'm looking at his teammate right now. Paisu is in 7th. Hazy is coming around for Rodham Pollux Jr. in 8th. Coming over the hill, there's Multi and Mick behind in the final point for P10. Oh, we've actually got 11 drivers. It's Donava at the back right now in P11, who's doing a pretty decent job, giving it his second race, I think, here in GTS OFR.
First.
His first race. There you go.
He was meant to be racing last week, but sadly had pit lane problems.
Ah, of course, that's why. So yeah, this is his first race in the Beginners' Cup, and he's doing a decent job right now.
He is. He's learning very, very quickly. He's been spending a bit of time with Smalley, and that can only be good because Smalley is a very solid and quick driver.
Absolutely, and he's got the points to demonstrate that this season as well. Now, the gaps haven't expanded as much as I thought they would in the top 5. We've got Weird TV just a second behind Hyder, and then we've got Nils, who is now looking to disrupt Weird TV, and Smalley right behind Nils as well, just 4/10 behind Nils, in fact. So, big battle for P2 right now, as Hyder just seems to be in control of this race.
Yeah. Hyder's just driving away a little bit. He's now gaining the gap that he needs. Weird for Weird TV, he's in a bit of a strange situation because if he finishes where he is now, he's champion. But at the same time, he's got to worry about Nils and Smalley. And Smalley, I believe, just made a move on Nils for 3rd.
Yeah, very clean move into turn 1. Managed to catch that one beautifully. He just got off that brake pedal a little bit early. He was doing a little bit of cadence braking there, testing Nils' braking point, and he got him. That was a nice, clean move. Good job there, Smalley.
That was an important move for Smalley. Now he doesn't need to panic. He just needs to wait for an opportunity to come, because a passing opportunity will come if you're patient enough.
Yeah, currently Weird TV will win the championship by 1 point because Smalley has the fastest lap as well.
Oh yes, he does. Yes, he does. That's another point that I forgot about, which is a very, very important one. That's very, very important for Smalley to hold on to.
Oh, he's made a mistake through the corkscrew. Smalley's off.
No,
he's off.
Smalley.
And he's spun around. He's spun. Oh no.
Oh no.
He'll have to get back to it. And he's whacked into the barrier now, as well as he lets Hazy go round him in that Rodham Pollux Jr. car. That's Smalley down in 8th place.
Oh no, No.
Now, Weird TV just made a mistake too. It wasn't as bad as Smalley's, but he went wide in the final corner, got on the grass, and that's allowed Nils to get right up to the back of him again.
Yeah, that's allowed Nils into play. Weird TV, if he wanted to, he could play it absolutely safe and not battle Nils too hard, because where he sits now, he's champion. And D. Roberts just seems to be falling off the back of this leading 3.
Pai2 just had a little bit of an off as well. He still has some damage on his front bumper and left wheel assembly. He had a spin at the final corner. I think he hit the wall. Damage is now gone, and he should be back up to speed again. He's got Danny just 5 tenths behind him at the moment. So let's see if Danny can get in some action here.
Yeah, it'd be nice to see Danny just getting in a little bit of racing. I know that he's done a couple of Super Formula races as well through the week, which, of course, AJ was crowned champion in that last night. Smalley's, no! Oh, Smalley's had another spin.
Oh, he's not having a good day today, is he?
Oh, no.
He's going to get back on track. He needs to cool down and just keep his head clear. He needs to cool it down a little bit.
Oh, no. Come on, Smalley. Just, just rein it back in. Just get yourself back on track. Anything can still happen from here, mate.
And D. Roberts is looking. I think, is he closing that gap or is it getting bigger? It's 3.8. It's 3.8088. No, it's currently getting
bigger.
So he's not managing to close up to that top 3 at the minute. Hyder's out there loving life at the minute. He's almost 2 seconds clear, and there he goes over 2 seconds as he makes his way through turn 1 into turn 2. He's got a good gap.
Yeah, he is. He's getting a good gap. He's just maintaining his pace and driving away from the field. He was half a second quicker than we had TV on the last lap, so he just needs to keep it within the white line, so to speak.
See if he can do it. Weird TV has still got Nils behind him though. There must be a lot going through Weird TV's mind right now. He's probably thinking, should I just give Nils the position and just hold on to P3? Because I think he's definitely quicker than D. Roberts. Or is he going to keep pushing and maybe make a mistake a bit later on?
I think he's probably in the best place. Whereas you're seeing here, Nils is now just going around the outside of him.
There we go. He made a mistake through the corkscrew. Actually, he went a bit too deep into it, and it jolted his car. He lost the rear, and it pushed him wide.
Yeah, I think he needs to push hard enough to make sure that he carries on staying on track, but at the same time not going mad and not overdriving it, because it's very, very easy to do. But he needs to make sure that at the same time that he doesn't allow D. Roberts anywhere near him.
Castle's joined us in the chat now as well. Castle, thanks for joining us. Another one of our resident seniors here in OFR.
Yes, I've got a very important race with Castle on Sunday.
Ooh, very nice. Is this for P2?
Three.
P3? Ooh, very nice.
It seems to be the last few races I seem to have been racing Castle quite a lot. We've ended up being on track with each other, very, very similar places. I'm expecting Sunday to be absolutely no different.
Well, let's hope you guys can give us as much action as we've seen from this race so far, because it has been a very decent race with this Group 3 cars here at Laguna Seca, and I reckon it's going to be just like this weekend too.
Nils just outbreaking himself into the corkscrew on Weird TV, but he holds on. He's held on to the place.
Weird TV is looking to make a move on him now. He's trying to capitalise on that mistake from Nils. Is he going to be able to do anything? Not just yet. He needs to make sure everything is perfectly clean here so he doesn't make a mistake. And he is looking clean. He's going to get a big slipstream as he starts to go uphill now as he crosses the line.
Meanwhile, I'm just busy watching Smalley's progress. Smalley's in 10th at the minute. He's a little bit behind Multi. He's got to try and find his way through and pick his way through without making any contact or anything. Smalley's in.
So he's definitely going for a two-stopper then. Looks like he's going to be doing a 787 or a 778.
Something along them lines. I think he needs to do the undercut to just try and jump the guys in front of him without getting caught in their dramas.
Yep, and VR's just pointed out, look at the battle for 6th place right now. Danny has found his way up to P7, just 3 tenths behind Pai2. Oh, and Mystery spun just as we've said that. We've cursed him. Oh my god, that couldn't have gone any worse for him. Not we, VR. He cursed him. It was VR's fault for bringing my attention to it. Unlucky there, Danny. Unlucky.
Yes, but indeed, VR. It's all your fault. But I think... Oh, Fuller's run wide now.
Ooh, and I've just watched Mick he took too much sausage curb on the inside at 5, I think, and it just jolted his car. He almost lost the rear, but managed to save it.
We're TV and Nils are in.
Interesting, so...
And second, third, fourth places are in.
Alright. Long way to go yet. We're not even at halfway yet, guys. We're only just over a third of the way. So a lot can still happen.
Field are all responding in kind.
And Smalley's still got the fastest lap right now as well. He had 2 horrible laps on 4 and 5. I mean, look, he did a 124 on lap 2, a 121 on lap 3. Then he had a 34 and a 32 on laps 4 and 5, respectively. That's where he made those mistakes, and that's what he's trying to make up for now. 20-second deficit.
Yeah, indeed. We at TV's just done the very, very safe strategy, I think. And he's dropped back a little bit from Nils. Haider's carried on the lead, so let's see if Haider can hold this. I think he looks like he's going for a one-stop strategy.
Yeah, now Donava hasn't pitted, and that's why he's bumped up all the way up into 5th place right now, but he will have to pit soon because he's looking at around 33% tyre wear, almost on all 4 of his tyres, with an exception to the front left here. He's still looking like he's in control of his car, though. It's not looking understeery, oversteery. It's not looking like it's losing traction anywhere. It's looking stable.
It's looking stable. I mean, the right-hand side looks very much worse for wear, but just the nature of this track and how hard the tyres actually work under load.
Well, it is an anti-clockwise circuit, like you say, so yeah, a lot of left-handers, those right tyres will heat up a bit more during these high-speed corners when the load's just going into them.
Meanwhile, Smalley, I mentioned about undercuts, he's managed to actually jump all that crowd in front of him and get himself back into 5th place.
Wow. And if Nils, so he's getting 10 points right now, and the fastest lap 11. Weird TV's getting 4, so Weird TV is currently going to beat him by 3 points. That is how close it is as Smalley sets another fastest lap. He's gone even quicker now, 5/10 quicker than his 3rd lap.
Yeah, the problem is, so he's got to go full chat now.
Yes.
He's got to go full chat now because D. Roberts is he's about 12 seconds up the road, but D. Roberts is only 3 seconds behind Weir TV.
Right.
So this has now become a very, very nervy race to watch from the other way on.
So I'm going to jump back up to the lead. Let's just give Haider some screen time quickly as we see him in his AMG there. Flying through the first corner. He's 20... Oh, he hasn't pitted yet, of course. He's 21 seconds ahead. Looks like he is going to be one stopping. He should be coming in this lap. But he's still looking like his car's not sliding around too much. You can hear a few tyre streaks as he's going through the corner there. But nothing too bad.
Nothing too bad indeed. I wonder if Weir TV's had an incident somewhere. Because that lap was a 26.8 compared to 21.6 from Nils.
Yeah, that's not a usual lap for him. It's his slowest, actually, out of all of the ones apart from his pit lap. So he could have had an incident.
Indeed, and Smalley's had another bad lap. He's now 15 seconds off D. Roberts.
Oh, he's done a 126 on lap 10 as well. He had a mistake too.
Yes, he just needs to just get his head down and just keep it on within the tram tracks.
Now, still got a battle going on for 6th place though. This hasn't ran away. You know, he's 5/10 behind as Haider comes into the pits. Dunk is 5/10 behind Multi. It's now down at 4/10, and he's got Paitu just under a second behind him as well at 0.8 of a second. So a big battle going on for 6th place.
Indeed, it is. I'm just busy watching Haider's pit stop to see if he can get himself back out in the lead. Because he'll be fueling now to the finish, I'd imagine. I'd be very surprised if it was anything different.
Yeah, Nils has just passed him, but we know that teleport will teleport you a good few hundred meters once you come... There he goes. Oh, no, he's not. Nils has actually got him. But, of course, Nils will have to pit again.
Yeah, indeed he will. So that's not too bad for Haider. He can just drive to his pace and not have to worry about having to try and overtake Nils. Just setting his tracks almost.
Oh, we got some over. Oh, we got Paitu. It's got Dunk, I think. Yeah, yes.
Indeed, he has. Multi as well. He's in 6th place as well. He's had a very stealthy race getting through the pack.
Yep, both Smalley and Weird are matching lap times at the minute. It was a 26 for Smalley on 10, and a 22 on 11, and Weird TV 26 on 10 and a 22 on 11.
Indeed. Going back to the chat as well. Hello to Mr. Proctor.
Oh, hello Proctor.
And it's good to see him. I know that he's a big supporter of Smalley's as Proctor. He didn't have the best of times at Dragon Trail on Sunday, but I know he'll be bouncing back on Sunday in the Poggio.
Smalley almost lost it at turn 5 again. He just went a bit too wide and touched a rear into the gravel on the widest part of the curb, and he managed to correct it though. And he's gone wide again. Oh, he's gone deep. He's off. He's not lost it though, but that's going to cost him around 3 or 4 seconds again. We're looking like we're going to see another 126, 127 maybe. Another mistake.
Yeah. He's pushing the boundaries of the track, and I feel for him at the minute. I'm really feeling for him at the minute.
Well, at the moment, yeah, it's looking like he's not going to be winning the championship, but let's not take anything away from his entire season performance here. I mean, he's had an absolutely great season, hasn't he?
Oh, he has, without doubt. He's been probably the most consistent driver this season within the Beginners Cup. He's always been top 4, top 5.
Yeah,
all season long.
I'm just looking through it now. In France, in the first race, he finished P1. In the second race, he finished P2. He then finished P4 in Spa. In where are we? Autopolis, he finished P3. In Red Bull Ring, he finished P3. He had a bit of his lowest finish of the season actually at the Nürburgring. He finished P5. Another P5 again in Barcelona, but then he was back up again P2. Another P2. And this is him here today. So he's had a really good season. Yeah,
that would normally be a superb championship campaign.
Absolutely. But I mean,
that would yeah. It's unfortunately just one of them.
But Weird TV has just had a better one so far. Well, especially this race. This is where it's come to. He's been just as consistent as Smalley, and they've been great rivals. Absolutely fantastic rivals.
They have indeed, and any time I've seen them racing on track, they have been very, very clean.
Yep.
It's been a fair championship that way on.
And it's going to be great to hopefully see these guys get promoted up to D1 or D2 next season as well. They definitely have the pace. I mean, Smalley finished P2 in Group 2 last week, didn't he?
He did. He was. Do you know what? He was absolutely brilliant in his drive to P2 at Seaside on Sunday.
Yeah, now, I know Tracy's in the chat, and everyone knows how quick Sean is. In
Indeed.
Group 2, Sean is very quick. And Smalley was just on him the whole race, and he capitalised on a little mistake that Sean made towards the end of the race. And that kind of consistency is why Smalley is in the championship running right now in the Beginners' Cup.
Indeed, that you just highlighted that point beautifully. With Smalley, I think I said it in comms at the time. It's going to be the driver who makes the least mistakes that'll finish P2. In Smalley, every time I featured him, I didn't see a mistake from. So, you know, he probably on balance just about deserved to get P2, just not making mistakes.
That's right. Now, let's bring our attention back to the race quickly. We do have a battle going on for P1 now. Hyder has caught up to the back of Nils on those fresher tyres. Let's not forget Nils does have to pit again, but Hyder is already 7/10 behind him. He's just taken out 2/10 actually through turn 4 alone. They've just gone through turn 5 and now they're coming up to the corkscrew. Let's see what he can do. It's down to 6/10 and it's coming down and down and down. Oh, there! Almost lost it, but he managed to keep it. That's not really a brave move to overtake there. It's not a safe place to do it.
No, I would. If I was Hyder, I'd just be waiting, because at the end of the day, he's not going to be having anyone challenge him. So I would have just been a bit more patient, a bit more circumspect there. As Nils and we had both in the pit lane.
Yeah, and now Hyder's regained his race lead. He is now P1. He's going to come out of quite far ahead of these guys. I reckon it's going to be about 15 seconds because he's already coming around turn 1 now, and these guys are still refueling their cars. And they're still refueling it as well. Yeah. Good job, Hyder. Great race so far. Now, we've got a little bit of a battle, a big battle actually going on again. Is this still the P6 battle? It looks like it is now. It has separated a little bit, but it's P8, 9 and 10. These guys are almost going 3 wide here as they come out of the corkscrew and go round 9. Look at these guys go. It looks like it's Dunkduck versus Mick versus Multi. All of these guys are going out. They're side by side. Oh, they're all coming into the pits at the same time. Oh my goodness. That could have ended badly. Oh,
they were
wow.
all side by side coming into the pit lane.
Wow, 3 wide into the pits, guys. Only you can do that.
Pantomime season, he's beside you.
And look at them all coming out. There's something going on ahead. Let's have a look. There's 3 cars next to each other again, and of course it's Mick, it's Paitu. Oh no, it's not. Sorry, it's Paitu, Donava, and Smalley.
Yeah,
Smalley's pitted.
Smalley's just come out of the pit lane.
Ah, there we go. And he's got Danny right behind him right now. But of course, Danny does have to pit again. He's probably got 2 laps left before his fuel will turn red. And he's got Paitu behind him as well. He's just pitted too.
Yeah, the Rod and Pollock's twins have managed to separate themselves from Fuller.
Ah, Sean's joined us in the chat as well. Good to have you here, Sean. Oh, someone's off! Is it Danny? Oh, it's Danny again. I think he just made a little bit of a mistake there. Coming out of 5. Yeah, he did, and he's dropped back off the pack right now. So that's going to give some breathing room to Paitu and Smalley.
Yeah, so I'm just busy watching Fuller. He's just busy pulling away from Multi in 10th. But he might be able to catch the other 2 Lexus. Let's see what happens. Danny's in the pit lane from 7th as well.
Yeah, I'm watching Danny. Proctor's just asked if that is Donava. Yes, it is. And it's his debut race in the Beginners' Cup. And look at him go. He's doing a really decent job, isn't he?
He is. He's very much kept his powder dry. He's just learned the track, just learned the car. And you can't really say much more than that. He's doing himself a very, very good job early on.
And it looks like the Rod and Pollock Junior cars are flying in formation at the moment too. They're not too far away from each other, both on the same strat, and they're going to be going to the end now as well. Just 5 laps left to go of this race, guys, and Hyder is still out in front. And I'm going to quickly cycle through the drivers now to see if any of them are close on track. Smalley's in P5, D. Roberts is in P4, Weir TV still in P3. He did a 124 on his last lap though, so he might have made a mistake somewhere. Nils in P2, and of course it's Hyder out in P1. Coming up to the back markers actually. He's about to lap some drivers.
Yeah, he's about to lap Danny. Hopefully Danny should just be able to move himself out the way without causing too much pain or time loss. Just make sure he does it in the right place. No, he's still going on. All Hyder needs to do is just be careful.
Oh, and he's come into contact with him a little bit there, and now Danny moves out the way. You don't really want to do it through the corkscrew there, and I think Hyder expected Danny to do it. Maybe, I don't know. But anyway, he's passed now. Danny now does become a lapped car, and Hyder is. Oof! Danny almost ran to the back of him there, and Hyder's now going to pull away. He's got 2 more cars to overtake, and then he'll have some cleanup.
Yes, indeed. Danny might do himself a bit of service here by following Hyder to catch Multi. So that might be useful for him to do. Mm-hmm. Oh no, he's just run wide coming out of the first turn.
Now,
but he's just collected back up and he just carries on.
Weir TV's got the fastest lap now. He's just said it actually. He's done a 1:25.2. So he's going to be finishing on 16 points, whereas Small is only going to be getting 10. So that's going to be a 5-point difference at the end. at the moment. But there's 3 laps left again. A lot can happen.
Indeed, he's just busy following Nils now for second. There's about a half a tenth. Weird TV. He could try and overtake him, but he doesn't need to risk anything at this stage. He just needs to keep his car exactly where it is on the tarmac, all 4 wheels pointing the right way, and he's champion. Knowing that I was just about to say the gap from Weird TV is 18 seconds to D. Roberts, who's got 13 seconds back to Smalley.
He's got him. He's got him just before the corkscrew. That was amazing. That was brave and ambitious, and he pulled through. Good job there, Weird. What a move. Now, this is Weird's first season with us. He's had 7 podiums. He's won 4 races, 3 pole positions. His worst race finish is a 7. His average race finish is 2. His average quali finish is P2. What a racer! He's done a really good job this season.
He did a good job as well in the Group 3 race on Sunday at Dragon Trail.
Absolutely.
I mean, he got pole ahead of Kimi. He got pole ahead of Kimi. His race didn't quite go as Danny. His race didn't quite go according to plan, but it's learning a higher racing against faster drivers. You know, he's only gonna get better as time goes on. Weird.
So I'm going to quickly jump back up to the battle for P2. It's still Weird TV battling Nils right now. It looks like Weird TV is going to pull away slightly here as he goes a little bit deep into the corner, actually, and that's allowed Nils to get right up to the back of him again. He just broke a little bit too late in the corkscrew, and now Nils is just 3 tenths behind him.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see if Nils will make a move. He is making a move.
Down the inside. He's got the inside line, and look at that. He held on to it too. What an exit out of that corner he had.
What an excellent move there from Nils. He's had a really good season in his own right, Nils, as well. He's always been there or thereabouts all season long.
Yeah, I'm looking at his stats now. His average quali finish is 2.4, so he's done a pretty decent job in quali. His average race finish is 3.6, so again, he's turning these around as well. Great racer, no penalty points, 6 podiums, and he's won 1 race too. Good for him.
Exactly, he's definitely got a place in D1 or D2, wherever that'll be next season, Nils, without a shadow of doubt.
Yeah, absolutely agree with you there. Another fantastic race. This Beginners Cup has really identified and collected some amazing drivers for OFR, hasn't it? It was such a brilliant idea.
We had still looking to make a move on Nils as well, going lap 20 towards the end of lap 21. So he's still pushing on.
He is
looking. Indeed. You're absolutely right. I mean, the idea. I don't know whose idea it was for the Beginners Cup, but it's been absolutely brilliant move to have it, and I think it's only good for OFR that it's here and bringing more drivers through rather than having to wait for a spot opening D1 and D2 somewhere. To me, and I only speak as personally, it should maybe be opened slightly to be a Division 3 come next season.
Yeah.
So it doesn't sound as like a Beginners Cup or anything like that, but those discussions will be had down the line, and the same type of racing again next season.
Absolutely. There's going to be a podcast this year, so it definitely will be within the next 2 weeks, and it will be before Christmas too, where we're going to give info on all of the new divisions. There's going to be quite a few, and we've got a lot of interest for next season too. We've got more drivers than we have seasons, or divisions, sorry, next season, which is really nice to see. So yeah, we've got a bit of action going on in the corkscrew.
Hyder's just come through the final corner.
Oh, thanks for that. Thanks for pointing that out. Here he comes now. Another fantastic finish for Hyder there. He's got P1, and that's another 25 points for him. Now, it's going to be Nils. It looks like it's going to be Nils finishing in P2. So he's going to collect 18 points for his team there. But Weird TV is going to be getting the fastest lap currently, and he's going to take home 16 points. And as soon as he crosses the line, that is going to secure him. And he's crashed. But that's going to secure him the Driver Championship. He is champion of the world here in the Beginners Cup OFR GTS. He's done it. What a fantastic drive.
Yes, and indeed, he's kept his nose clean and not made the mistakes. So good job. That's all you can really say to him.
Absolutely. Now in 5th place, so D. Roberts just crossed the line as well, sorry, in P4, so he's going to collect 12 points for his team, which is another solid finish for them. A great driver there. And here comes Smalley around the final corner, P5. Had a handful of mistakes today, unfortunately, but another solid season from him. He's going to be finishing in P2 in the driver standings and P5 here today, collecting 10 points for Team Hamazaki. Good job there, Smalley.
And nicking the fastest lap as well.
Oh, we got it, a 1:21.0, so he's got 11 points there. Good job. And here comes Hazy as he swerves across the line here for Rodin Pollux Jr., slams into the wall to say farewell to the season. P6, 8 points. Good job. Pi2 is going to be next, finishing in P7, and Mick in P8 as well. Both the other guys, the 3 other guys, Dunk, Multi, and Danny, have already finished. And that's it. That is the end of the season. Champion of the world goes to Weird TV.
Yeah, congratulations to Weird TV.
Absolutely.
For Smalley, however, I feel for him.
I feel for him,
really feel for him.
He has had a really great season though. P2 in Group 2 last week too. He's definitely going to be moving up, and I think next season we're going to see even more from him.
Yeah, indeed. Hopefully, hopefully we might see more of these guys go come next season.
Absolutely. And if anyone is watching who's not currently in OFR, join us, because our next seasons will be starting in January next year, 2021, and we're going to see a lot more great racing like we did today. So, driver of the day, who are you going for?
I don't know. I think. Do you know what? Because he didn't make many mistakes, you've got to go for Weird TV for all the pressure that he was facing.
Absolutely. If it wasn't the championship race, I would probably go with Hyder again for another solid performance. But
yeah.
Weird TV had all the pressure on him, and he overcame it, and he drove a really solid race.
Yeah. Like I said, I do feel for Smalley though. I really do. But yeah. There's no words that can sum up how he must be feeling right now.
Mm-hmm. Let's hope he just gets back in the car as quick as possible and starts practicing again.
Indeed. It.
So guys, thanks very much for tuning in. That is the Beginners Cup over. We do have, we have the finale in F1 D1 and F1 D2 the coming Saturday, and then we also have the finale in GTS Group 2 and Group 3 on Sunday too. Finishing off the week with Formula 1 Division 4, where Lika has already claimed the championship on Sunday night. We will also be having a special event on Sunday at the old F1 D3 time, where we're going to be racing Assetto Corsa Competizione. We're going to be practicing a race around there to see how it works and see if we can include it next season. We're going to be racing around Monza in Group 3 cars, I believe. So if you want to tune into that as well, visit our website, onlineformularacing.co.uk. You'll see a link to our Discord and join us. But other than that, thanks very much for commentating, Ash. It's been a pleasure, and well done on managing this season.
Well, I don't know how we've got here, but we've got here. So, yes, indeed.
Indeed. So let's call it a day, and again, congratulations to our brand new champion of the world, Weird TV.